Hello, this is a quick tutorial on changing the oil on a 2019 Dodge Durango. Today we're going to be using 020. It takes 6 quarts and a Mopar or OEM filter, part 6819-1349 AC. First thing we're going to do is remove the engine cover, which I have done right there. That gives us access to removing the oil filter, and you actually want to take this off first. And you might ask why. Well, the reason is because if you empty the oil and for some reason you don't have the right tools to take these out, then now you're in trouble. So make sure you can take this off first before you drain your oil. Okay, first thing we have to do here is, in order to have clear access to the oil filter, we're going to unplug this hose right here and right here, and we're going to lift this up. Just put a little pressure. Alright, like that, and it should fairly pop out. There should be no screws holding this down, just the rubber pieces. So first thing we're going to do is take this off. We're just going to twist it left and take this off. So I'll be right back. I'll do that right now. Alright, as you can see, I already removed the piece. I didn't have to twist this to the left. Instead, I just unplugged it. I just make sure that doesn't get dirty, and this piece is out the way. Alright, so now we have clear access to that port. Alright, for that piece we're going to be using a 15/16 socket. I don't know if you can see that. Got a 1/2-inch dry ratchet. Alright, the reason why you want to use that type of socket is because you don't want to strip this piece, or otherwise you're gonna have to buy a new one. So if you see, this is easy peasy. Alright, cool. Now that's loose, we can go underneath and drain the oil. Okay, so we are underneath the vehicle now, and we're gonna try to remove that bolt. This is a 1/2 inch. We're gonna take that off and drain it into our oil can catcher, and we'll go from there. Alright, we got our oil coming out. We're gonna let it sit there for a minute until all we see is just a little drop here and there. If you notice, I got a jack over there. I had to lift out the vehicle just a little bit so I could get underneath. If you don't have one of those jacks, you can always use the stock jack that comes with the vehicle, and just find the pressure or the lifting points on your vehicle, lift it up a little bit in the event that you're not able to get underneath of it. So we're gonna let that drain, and now that that's draining as well, we're gonna go to the top and take out the oil filter. Alright, so the way this one works, let me show you. Where's my rag? Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and take this off or out and show you what it looks like. So this filter right here has about almost 9,000 miles. I can see it does look kind of dirty a little bit. Well, I'm about to show you how you're supposed to put the new one in here. And then also, as soon as you pull these out, for some reason more oil comes out of the bottom bolt. So Yeah, it's a good thing to have this open before you even drain the bottom bolt. All right, I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, but this filter, all you gotta do is pull it out, put some pressure on it, and it comes out. Always before putting a new part on, make sure it matches. Make sure it's the same part, and this one is the same part. Every Mopar filter for these vehicles come with this rubber that you had to replace in here. So just carefully remove the filter. Make sure you know where it goes, because there's another opening at the bottom, but it goes on the right there. See that? The biggest space that you see. So it goes right there on that biggest space. So grab the new one. And we are good to go, just like so. Okay, this is common sense. You know it can't go this way, it goes this way. So all you gotta do is click here, click, boom, there it is. There's also a rubber piece right here. Make sure that's in there before you even install this. All right, so we're just gonna go ahead and put it back in there, tighten it down, and we should be good to go on that end. One thing you have to remember to do is, if for some reason you do have to lift this, when the vehicle is draining, make sure you bring this all the way down, so that way the vehicle is in a balanced stage and you can drain most of the oil out. We're gonna check it out and see how it's looking down there. You can see it's still dripping, so that's quite a bit. Again, I'm doing this at the house. There is no rush for me, so I can wait and wait. As opposed if you take it to the dealer, they just immediately put the bolt back in there and start filling it up again with the new oil. So I'm trying to get as much oil out as I can. So we're gonna wait just a little bit, put the bolt back in there, tighten up the oil filter, and pour our brand new oil in the engine bay. While we wait for the oil to drain, I just want to point out that this is a very good engine. I never had any issues with it. I'm about to hit my 36,000 miles on the engine, and this is my second Durango. I previously had a 2014 Durango. I did the oil changes on it myself, no issues. This is for anybody that wants to do their own maintenance at the house rather than taking it to the dealership. And the reason why I decided to do this on my own is because I once took this to the dealer when I first bought it, and I wasn't able to take it there myself, so I asked my wife to do it, and she did. But the dealership told her that the car was done, good to go. When I got home, I checked the oil, and I noticed that they didn't even touch any parts on the vehicle. So I took it back to the dealership, and I made them confess. Believe it or not, I made them confess. This is a Dodge dealer in Texas. I'm in North Carolina right now, but when I bought it, it was in Texas. I'm not going to mention who it is. I just know that the dealership are shady, so they did the oil change right there on the spot for me. And ever since then, I never take it there. This is my second Durango. I also have this Eco Diesel, which I will be making videos on how to change the oil on that soon. I barely have 4,000 miles on that. That's an Eco Diesel. but it's coming. I'm trying to do my first oil change at 8,000 miles, even though recommendation is between 8 and 10,000. The same thing for this vehicle, but I'm just eager to do my first oil change on my Eco Diesel. That's coming up later. But ever since then, I've been doing my own maintenance as much as I can. I'm not a mechanic or anything like that. We'll see. All right, it looks like we're good to go. It's just dripping, and that's what we want. So I'm gonna go ahead and lift the vehicle up again so I can get underneath, put the bolt in there and get it tight, and then I'll come back up. All right, we are done at the bottom. We already put the bolt on. Now we gotta get this tight. The bottom bolt, make sure you just give it a good snug. The same thing with this one, because this is plastic, and you will know when it's good. Just gotta look in there, like right there, you can tell if this cracked or not. So it's there, and that's it. It's a good snug. All right, so that's that. Last thing we got to do is just add our oil. All right, this engine uses 6 quarts, and I'm just gonna be very careful and not spill a single drop. This bottle over here bought for $22 at Walmart. $22 for this 5-gallon and an additional quart. You gotta be patient so that way you don't spill any. Okay, these holes are big enough. Yeah, not a single drop spilled. And I'm gonna go ahead and put about half of this one. Then I'm gonna check the level and add as necessary. That's about half. Just want to see where I'm at. And to check the engine level, oil levels, I'm going to pull out the dipstick. While you do that, just go ahead and put the cap back in there. You don't have to get tight, just so no dirt falls in it. Alright, I can't do this with just one hand, so I'm gonna have to buy gear for recoating. So you want this to be, the minimum is the first hole. Okay, so that's minimum, and you want it to be right there. So I'm gonna go ahead and clean this up. Oops, sorry. Put it back in there. you can tell, is almost at the second mark. Just a little bit. It just needs a little more. So let me take care of that and then show you once it's good to go. Guys, I don't know if you can see that, but it took the full 6 quarts. Alright, remember the second mark, which is right there. Okay, that's done. Oil change complete. The last thing we gotta do is just put everything back together the way it was. This is already secure, and I gotta put this huge box, which is useless. What do you guys think? Should I replace this with an aftermarket? Because the only thing I'll be replacing is the tube itself. I don't know what's the purpose of this or that. That box is just useless. So let me know if you think I should replace it with a aftermarket one just for the looks, because I know there's a lot of myths out there saying that you may not get more fuel economy or better fuel economy. I did put one in the past on my 2014 model, and it just sounds a lot better. It sounds powerful. Let me know what you guys think. All right, and it's complete. Oil change complete. As you can see, you can do this yourself at the house. No major tools needed. And you can save yourself a lot of money. I spent about $26 for the oil, and the filter is about $10 at Walmart. So for less than what, $40, you could do this yourself. Last thing I'm gonna do is get rid of the oil, but first I'm gonna go ahead and put it back in here just to see how much oil was burnt. After that, it'll go into that blue container so I can take it away to get recycled. Alright, so after filling up to use oil, you can tell that it got filled up to here. This comes with 5, which is about here, but this one went over, so it tells me it got at least 5 3/4 quarts. So it's not bad. So it's not burning a lot of oil. I got out of the engine as much as I put in, so that's pretty good. 36,000 miles. The last thing we have to do is to reset the engine life meter, and in a lot of vehicles it's different. All you have to do is put the vehicle to the run position, then you're gonna go here to your, let me close this door. You're gonna go to your settings until you see, yeah, there you go. It's not focused. There. I don't know why. Y el varón le dijo, no sé. Alright, you're gonna continue going until you see right there. Normally it'll be something like this. Tire pressure. So as soon as you see tire pressure, just click right until you see engine life. Right there. Nope, that's not it. Right there. So I change it at 20, and it tells you right there, press OK to reset. And I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna press OK right here until it resets. Boom. Now it says 100%, and that's how you keep track of your oil life. So I changed it a little early, and I did pretty good, I think. So in case you're wondering, this procedure works for Jeep Grand Cherokee and the Dodge Durango with the 3.6 liter. Okay, so it's the same procedure. So if you have any questions, let me know. Subscribe, because I will be uploading more videos regarding the Durango and as well as the Eco Diesel. Share this video. You can always send me a message. I will link on my video the parts that I use, and what you need. And yeah, just share it with your friends, and let me know. Oh, by the way, don't hit me too hard on the video quality, okay? I'm just recording with my phone. I'm not a professional video editor or anything like that. I'm just trying to help out people out there, so let me know.